What's up, King Pookie Nation? This is your boy King Pookie coming to the house talking about some Bears. So, we all found out who's gonna be the starting for the last game of the preseason. So, Justin Fields is gonna start be the starter. He's only gonna play for 2 quarters, and I imagine it's probably gonna be Nick Foles because Matt Nagy said that Andy Dalton was not gonna play at all. So, and mostly a lot of these players, are fighting for a job. I mean, you mean this game means nothing to these starters. The starters probably gonna be sitting out, but and here's what I'm mad about. Matt Nagy's decision not to give not let Justin fight for the job, for the starting job. I mean, I know Matt Nagy wants to go the Patrick Mahomes way, and and he wants to hold him back for some reason. But Justin Fields is like he's showing in that he is ready for the game. He's like we saw him in the regular season how he brought us back from in that Miami game. He was the guy that got us the win. And then and so then here comes the Buffalo Bills and Nick Foles. I mean, Andy Dalton is he's playing 2 quarters. And he ruins it so much. If this was the worst game I ever seen a game at Soldier Field. I mean, the worst. This guy only had one good play, and that was to the I don't know, one good play, and I don't know, and Matt Nagy, he says that we need to see Andy Dalton in the regular season. What are you gonna see? I mean, did you see didn't do nothing in the Miami game? I mean, he didn't do anything in that Bills game. He couldn't even beat number twos and the number three stringers of the Bills. I mean, Justin Fields is blowing Andy Dalton out of the water, and I don't know why Matt Nagy and Rod Pace don't see it. Justin Fields gives the Bears the best opportunity to win the games. Um, as we saw, Justin Fields took that big hit in the Buffalo Bills game, and he took it as a kid, and he took his battle wounds, and he took it as a champ, um, and I saw Justin Fields at spring in training camp. I was lucky enough to go to training camp, but and like I said, I know why Andy Dalton is so good in the practice is because you know why? These guys don't touch him and he has it so easily and our players do not tackle him, and they let him, do what make him look good. And Justin Fields, he never had the opportunity. He played with with scrubs, with second and then third stringers, that could not even catch the ball, and you're just wasting Justin Fields' talent, you know, and you didn't give and Mad Nagy, you did not give him reps with the first stringers, I mean, I just saw one you gave him threw the ball to Ed Rob and Jimmy Graham the day when I went to the training camp, but you did not give reps with Justin Fields. Maybe he could have won the job if he had the talent and he didn't have to deal with these second stringers like Wibbs that cannot catch a ball for the life of his life. We saw it. What happened last year? He screwed up to where we could have beat the Saints, but he dropped the ball, and and I don't even know why he's still on this Bears roster. I hope to God that they cut him. And so this is the guy, Van Nagy's guy. He's just he's the guy that drafted Justin Fields. He's the guy that picked him in the draft, and now you're gonna let him sit and waste the talent that he has. You know, so and you to me, you're saying we need to see Andy Dalton in the regular season. But what are we gonna see? We already saw what he did against the Bills game. How awful he was. He only had, like I said, he only had one good play, but he was got out of. Now Justin had a hard time to to catch up, and mostly our O line was goddamn awful. So we had never had a chance to come back and to win that game. Now Justin Fields is gonna be starting, but he's gonna be playing with the second stringers and third stringers because definitely Matt Nagy, you're gonna sit the starting lineup because you said you're gonna sit Andy Dalton. So I mean, the only way I see that Justin Fields sees the field is if Andy Dalton does awful, and you know that Andy Dalton is on a leash because as soon as he fails, Matt Nagy's gonna pull that string and put Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is gonna take the job away from Andy Dalton. And you know what? Andy Dalton was gonna be gone next year, and thank God we don't have to deal with. I mean, I know a lot of Bears feel sorry for him, but I don't. He chose to go to Chicago. You know that we were going to draft a quarterback. You know, why did he decide to go to the Chicago Bears? I don't know why. Because maybe I don't think Dallas wanted him. And he did awful when he was in Dallas. He couldn't even help the Dallas Cowboys get into the playoffs, and that was a goddamn awful. Uh, I mean that was a division. I mean, so what do you expecting that he was gonna turn around the Bears? I think his time is up. He's not gonna be playing like he did in Cincinnati. He was not gonna be the guy. He has his coach. The coach that coached him in Cincinnati. He has him. He hasn't changed him. He's just still the same old Andy Dalton. He's not the guy in Cincinnati. Those days are over with. His days are numbered. Nobody wants you. I think I don't know how old you are. I think it's time for you to just hang up because you did not even deserve to be a starting quarterback in this league. And I mean Brian Pace, he just signed a deal with the Devil, and we couldn't be picked out as somebody else that was better than Andy Dalton. We had choose Andy Dalton. Now we got this new guy that that has Chicago under their hands. He has Chicago under his hands. Justin Fields cannot do anything wrong. I mean, you saw what happened in that game against. It was they booed out Andy Dalton because he was doing so awful, and they were cheering for Justin Fields to come in. And I don't understand this. Why Justin Fields got mad because the fans were calling his name, but I mean Justin Fields, you gotta understand, he was playing awful. I mean, what did you if it was somebody that you wanted to win? Like when you were a kid, you would want the guy that gives you the best opportunity to win. You don't want the garbage guy. The guy that does garbage. And he was playing at an awful so, and a lot of these fans played good money for a team. I know it's preseason, but hey, they're expensive for the regular season tickets games. So I mean that was the worst game I have ever seen at Soldier Field. You know, and and I hope the God is gonna. You know what? It's gonna happen the same thing. What happened when again Matt Nagy is gonna do what he did to Mr. Trubisky. He pulls him out. He brings in the new guy because Nick Foles was the guy that he wanted. So now, but I don't. I hope to God that there's that what's his name? Matt Nagy does bring Justin Fields in the regular season. So let me know what you think. Leave me a comment below. Subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. And I'll let you know every time I have a new video. And join the King Pookie Nation Army. This is King Pookie, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.